Ye are golden eagles. Ye are the essence into which all things disappear. Ye are free from error and know no deterioration. Ye are of beauteous beaks that would not unjustly strike, and are victorious in every encounter. Ye certainly prevail over time. Having created the sun, ye weave the wondrous cloth of the year by means of the white thread of the day and the black thread of the night. And with the cloth so woven, ye have established two courses of action appertaining respectively to the Devas and the Pitris, the bird of life seized by time which represents the strength of the infinite soul, ye set free for delivering her unto great happiness. They that are in deep ignorance, as long as they are under delusions of their senses, suppose you who are independent of the attributes of matter, to be gifted with form. 360 cows represented by 360 days produce one calf between them, which is the year. That calf is the creator and destroyer of all. Seekers of truth, following different routes, draw the milk of true knowledge with its help. Ye Ashwins, ye are the creators of that calf. The year is but the nave of a wheel to which is attached 720 spokes representing as many days and nights. The circumference of this wheel represented by 12 months is without end. This wheel is full of delusions and knows no deterioration. It affects all creatures whether to this or of the other worlds. Ye Ashwins, this wheel of time is set in motion by you. The wheel of time as represented by the year has a nave represented by the 6 seasons. The number of spokes attached to that nave is 12 as represented by the 12 signs of the zodiac. This wheel of time manifests the fruits of the acts of all things. The presiding deities of time abide in that wheel. Subject as I am to its distressful influence, ye Ashwins, liberate me from that wheel of time. Ye Ashwins, ye are this universe of 5 elements. Ye are the objects that are enjoyed in this and in the other world. Make me independent of the 5 elements. And though ye are the supreme Brahma, yet ye move over the earth, in forms enjoying the delights that the senses afford. In the beginning, ye created the 10 points of the universe. Then have ye placed the sun and the sky above. The rishis, according to the course of the same sun, perform their sacrifices, and the gods and men, according to what hath been appointed for them, perform their sacrifices, also enjoying the fruits of those acts. Mixing the 3 colors, ye have produced all the objects of sight. It is from these objects that the universe hath sprung, whereon the gods and men are engaged in their respective occupations, and, indeed, all creatures endued with life. Ye Ashwins, I adore you. I also adore the sky, which is your handiwork. Ye are the ordainers of the fruits of all acts from which even the gods are not free. Ye are yourselves free from the fruits of your acts. Ye are the parents of all. As males and females, it is ye that swallow the food, which subsequently develops into the life, creating fluid and blood. The newborn infant sucks the teat of its mother. Indeed, it is ye that take the shape of the infant. Ye Ashwins, grant me my sight to protect my life. The twin Ashwins, thus invoked, appeared and said, We are satisfied. Here is a cake for thee. Take and eat it. And Upmanyu, thus addressed, replied, Your words, O Ashwins, have never proved untrue. But, without first offering this cake to my preceptor, I dare not take it. And the Ashwins thereupon told him, Formerly, thy preceptor had invoked us. We thereupon gave him a cake, like this, and he took it without offering it to his master. Do thou do that which thy preceptor did. Thus addressed Upmanyu, again said unto them, O Ashwins, I crave your pardon. Without offering it to my preceptor, I dare not apply this cake. The Ashwins then said, Oh, we are pleased with this devotion of thine to thy preceptor. Thy master's teeth are of black iron. Thine shall be of gold. Thou shalt be restored to sight, and shall have good fortune. Thus spoken to by the Ashwins, he recovered his sight, and having gone to his preceptor's presence, he saluted him and told him all. And his preceptor was well pleased with him, and said unto him, Thou shalt obtain prosperity, even as the Ashwins have said. All the Vedas shall shine in thee, and all the Dharmasastras. And this was the trial of Upmanyu. Then Veda, the other disciple of Ayodhya, was called. His preceptor once addressed him, saying, Veda, my child, tarry some time in my house, and serve thy preceptor. It shall be to thy profit. And Veda, having signified his assent, tarried long in the family of his preceptor, mindful of serving him. Like an ox under the burthens of his master, he bore heat and cold, hunger and thirst, at all times without a murmur. And it was not long before his preceptor was satisfied. And as a consequence of that satisfaction, Veda obtained good fortune and universal knowledge. And this was the trial of Veda. And Veda, having received permission from his preceptor, and leaving the latter's residence after the completion of his studies, entered the domestic mode of life. And while living in his own house, he got 3 pupils. And he never told them to perform any work or to obey implicitly his own behests, for having himself experienced much woe while abiding in the family of his preceptor, he liked not to treat them with severity. After a certain time, Janamejaya and Paushya, both of the order of Kshatriyas, arriving at his residence, appointed the Brahmin Veda as their spiritual guide, Upadhyaya. And one day, while about to depart upon some business related to a sacrifice, he employed one of his disciples, Atunka, to take charge of his household. Atunka, said he, whatsoever should have to be done in my house, let it be done by thee without neglect. And having given these orders to Atunka, he went on his journey. So Atunka, always mindful of the injunction of his preceptor, took up his abode in the latter's house. And while Atunka was residing there, the females of his preceptor's house, having assembled, addressed him and said, O Atunka, thy mistress is in that season when connubial connection might be fruitful. The preceptor is absent. Then stand thou in his place, and do the needful. And Atunka, thus addressed, said unto those women, It is not proper for me to do this at the bidding of women. I have not been enjoined by my preceptor to do aught that is improper. After a while, his preceptor returned from his journey. And his preceptor, having learnt all that had happened, became well pleased, and, addressing Atunka, said, Atunka, my child, what favor shall I bestow on thee? I have been served by thee duly. Therefore hath our friendship for each other increased. I therefore grant thee leave to depart. Go thou, and let thy wishes be accomplished. Atunka, thus addressed, replied, saying, Let me do something that you wish, for it hath been said, He who bestoweth instruction contrary to usage, and he who receiveth it contrary to usage, one of the two dieth, and enmity springeth up between the two. I, therefore, who have received thy leave to depart, am desirous of bringing thee some honorarium due to a preceptor. His master, upon hearing this, replied, Atunka, my child, wait a while. Some time after, Atunka again addressed his preceptor, saying, Command me to bring that for honorarium which you desire. And his preceptor then said, My dear Atunka, thou hast often told me of your desire to bring something by way of acknowledgment for the instruction thou hast received. Go then in, and ask thy mistress what thou art to bring, and bring thou that which she directs. And thus directed by his preceptor, Atunka addressed his preceptress, saying, Madam, I have obtained my master's leave to go home, and I am desirous of bringing something agreeable to thee as honorarium for the instruction I have received, in order that I may not depart as his debtor. Therefore, please command me what I am to bring. Thus addressed, his preceptress replied, Go unto King Paushya and beg of him the pair of earrings worn by his queen, and bring them hither. The 4th day hence is a sacred day, when I wish to appear before the Brahmanas who may dine at my house, decked with these earrings. Then accomplish this, O Atunka. If thou shouldst succeed, good fortune shall attend thee. If not, what good canst thou expect? Atunka, thus commanded, took his departure. And as he was passing along the road, he saw a bull of extraordinary size, and a man of uncommon stature mounted thereon. And that man addressed Utunka and said, "Eat thou of the dung of this bull." Utunka, however, was unwilling to comply. The man said again, "O Utunka, eat of it without scrutiny. Thy master ate of it before." And Utunka signified his assent, and ate of the dung and drank of the urine of that bull, and rose respectfully, and, washing his hands and mouth, went to where King Pausia was. On arriving at the palace, Utunka saw Pausia seated on his throne, and approaching him, Utunka saluted the monarch by pronouncing blessings and said, "I am come as a petitioner to thee." And King Pausia, having returned Utunka's salutations, said, "Sir, what shall I do for thee?" And Utunka said, "I came to beg of thee a pair of earrings as a present to my preceptor. It behoveth thee to give me the earrings worn by the queen."